everybody, I am Shannon Hugman and welcome to your energy forecast for the week of April 23rd. So here we are. So my name is Shannon Hugman. If you're new to me, I am what I like to call, I'm always working on new language, but some people would call me an astrologer. I like to think of myself as a cosmic meteorologist. And the first thing I like to say is that the planets are not doing anything to us. Instead, they're currents of energy or highways of energy that are flowing all around us that we can choose to align with. We have free will. That's the thing. We have free will. We can choose to take, that highway exit. We can choose to drive our car along these roads. We can choose to align ourselves with these current energies, with these energetic currents, but we don't have to. So I am here to help you cultivate an energetic awareness, because not only do we have energy centers in our body, not only are we made of energy, so we can have, that level of awareness, but we can also, again, align with the people, we can definitely align with the people around us, but we can also align with these currents that are around us. Thanks for being here, Roberta. Thanks to everybody who's here live, and thanks to everybody who's watching the replay, whether it's today or throughout this week. Feel free to use the comments as a space that you can ask questions if you have any, and especially if you're watching the replay, you can still definitely interact. I always come in and I always answer the questions. So, hi everybody. So this is a week where it really feels like, think about if you were ever in elementary school, think about being in elementary school and there would be those warm days where we wouldn't have to wear our coats outside anymore. And there would be this this joy of oh my God, I don't have to have my coat on. That's very much the energy of this week. It's this energy of being lighter. It's this energy of taking off our layers. Now, obviously, maybe you're in an area of the world where you actually don't have to go outside with a coat on. I know that I'm blessed with that this morning. However, it's the feeling under not having to wear that coat. So it's that feeling of maybe not having to wear this protection. So the last month, 2 months, 2 years really, we've had a lot of, we could feel shell-shocked. We could feel like we need to protect ourselves, or we could have willingly put on all of our armor, put on our suits of armor to protect ourselves. Thanks for being here from Uganda. That's awesome. So there's this feeling of we've been through a lot this past, even 5 years. We can think way back, even really if we want to look at longer currents, even since 2010, really. So we're in a week now of fresh energy that we haven't seen since 2010. So it's really, really a long time. But since 2010, there could have been some experiences that, some cold weather, perhaps some dense experiences that we had to put our coats on, that we had to armor ourselves. Just like those kids at recess in cold countries have to put their coats on, because if they go outside without their coats, they're going to get sick. They're going to get hurt. So in reality, for a little while, we needed our armor. We needed our hearts blocked. We needed our walls built up around us, because frankly, it would have been too much if we went out there without those things. But the sun is coming back, the warmth is coming back, and this is a week of reintegrating into nature, receiving nature, coming back into harmony with nature. And so essentially, it's again, we had these walls or this protection, these winter coats that we had to protect us from this rugged, intense energy, weather, that stormy weather. Again, that's an analogy. And now, it's not that the energetic climate necessarily is it's all smooth sailing from here and we'll never have to face anything difficult, but instead it's about saying, hey, wait a minute, if I face these opportunities or these challenges transparently, if I say, hey, look, I'm here, I'm willing, and it's not about having to defend myself anymore. Instead, it's about wanting to what's the opposite of defending? Instead of having to defend myself, it's about playing together. Being, against the defense, it's about being offense. And so now, instead of having to defend ourselves against the energies that could have been happening or defend ourselves against certain situations, with our coats on, we can take our coats off, we can go into life. We can go back into nature. We can go back on the offensive. We can start to move forward. We can start to put our intentions out there. We can start to take action. We can start moving and rolling, getting out there, talking to people, seeing things, having fun, living lightly, laughing it off, and knowing that that living lightly, that laughing it off, that having fun, that coming on the offensive, that moving forward instead of having to defend ourselves against others, that's going to actually be our best tool to navigate denser energies in the future. So it's interesting because I'm not saying it's all smooth sailing and, none of this energy is going to be volatile or intense, because I think this year 2018 and even this decade, even into 2020, as we face that's sort of the cosmic story, is about change and transformation, and the old establishments and the old archaic structures kind of crumbling and falling. And these are big old buildings that are demolishing, and so that doesn't happen overnight. We're still very much going to be in that demolition, but we no longer need to feel like we have to defend ourselves against the demolition. Instead, we're like, hey, let's engage with it, let's be part of it, let's be part of this transformation, move forward with, whether it's an open heart or an open mind or just a fresh skin. Thanks for being here, Jolene. Just some fresh skin, right? Just letting our skin see the sun. Maybe we want to put a little bit of sunscreen on so we don't get too burnt. We can still have little ways that we want to protect ourselves, which is okay, but almost like transparency, open-heartedness, but especially this reconnection to nature. Reconnecting to nature, whether that looks like drinking more water or going out in the sun or going on a hike or just looking out your window, just reconnecting to these cycles and being an active participant in the evolution of our planet through watching how nature seamlessly evolves, and not saying, hey, I gotta come at it, I gotta micromanage it, I gotta defend myself, I gotta be this pawn and this, I don't need to have a strategy so much, but we can surrender to the fact that we can be like little pawns, and that doesn't mean we're pointless. Pawns are important players of the chess game, but it takes off the responsibility of us for a little bit. So this week we can have fun. We can be those pawns. We can let life, the force of life move us where she wants, and kind of leave all the strategy and those key intense moves for later. Or maybe they've already happened and we're going to recover from them. So let's take off those coats. Let's feel the warmth. If you physically can do that, awesome. I know that's my intention. But yeah, so there is your weekly forecast. I hope it carries you throughout the week. And again, I'm Shannon Hugman. You can book one-on-one sessions, which essentially are birth chart readings. So the birth chart is a map of where the planets are when you were born. And we can talk about how you would experience this current energy through the lens of your own individual date of birth. So if you'd like to do those, you can book that at shannonhugman.com. And until then, I guess I will see you all next week. So again, feel free to pop questions into the chat at any point. And yeah, I wish you all a sunshiny week.